Alright, so I'm finished with level 12 and I'm ready to go to 13. There's two quests that I am saving. Secret of the Slaver's Stockade and Assault on the Area of the Slave Lords. Those two quests are going to be done at level 13 on Elite instead of Reaper in part because they're just much more difficult than the other level 8s, and in part because I want to see if my respec uh, and higher spot skill works better in there. Also, Faithfully Departed is going to get added. The Elite version will get added to the list of PETA quests. We're going to skip that on Elite and Reaper. The fact that we can't let those guys get killed and we have to worry about Reapers and even our own hireling killing them just makes that a quest we just don't want to deal with. Alright, so level 13 is going to be a relatively easy level. There's not much to think about. I'm going to put 2 points to disable, 2 to search, and 2 to spot. Okay, and that's because I have now my tome, so instead of putting 1 point, I'm going to put 2 points to it. But then I'm going to respec here. Right after I take this level, I'm going to respec and hopefully get my spot higher, closer to the max. Alright, so now we have access to level 3 spells. So this is a big level for us. Cure Moderate Wounds. We're definitely going to want Cure Moderate Wounds. I think that's all we're going to be able to take. We might get one more spell we could take at other levels, but I'm going to go ahead and
by the edge of the
take that.
Stonereach Market, a pensive form
And that is our
scans the
level. So
thronging
now
crowd. She is
we have
searching for
enhancements.
Heroes able and
Two choices.
to
We either
face
go all in
an
on the human
unknown
tree.
foe
I definitely want to get the proof
ancient
recovery back for better
ruins of
healing amp.
Gianthold.
And we could spend the other 2 points to get our lay on hands back and extra saves back, or we could go up the human tree. But I'm going to opt to get the extra lay on hands and get my saves back. And then I'm going to start from this point on. I think we're done. Next level, we'll put 1 point here to get basically immunity to energy drain. That's a huge benefit. And then after that, we'll start going up the human tree to get more healing amp and eventually greater heroism, which will give us +4 to our saves and skill checks, and then an additional 40 healing amp. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to run down to the tavern and just slot my spells. I haven't been doing that in the videos, but I'm going to go ahead and slot my new spells, and then I'll pick up the spell components separately. So if I look at spells, we don't get any new 1 or 2 spells, but we get a level 3 spell, which is huge. Your ability score is too low. Interesting. So here's what we can do to fix that temporarily. Is I'll take out this and put in Owl's Wisdom. Again, just temporarily. And then I'll slot this. And then I can go in, and now my Wisdom should be high enough to slot my level 3 spell. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this. Let me move this around. Undo my hotbar. I'm going to move this up 1. I'm going to move this up 1. I'm going to move these all up 1. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move this here. Probably move it like that. Keep the current one there. And then I'm going to put this down here. So actually, I'll put these down. All right. And then let's just see what it does. So this is much higher. That's a crit, but 196. But you can see that's a big improvement, 98. And this is with meta healing on. So actually, let me do this. Let me put 1 with it on, 1 with it off. And I'll probably never use Cure Light with it on, but let's just keep it there for now. So I'm getting really good numbers here with around 100 or over 150 on a crit. And without the Empower healing, I'm still doing pretty good. And that only cost 8 spell points, and I'm doing... So all of a sudden our self-healing is a little better by getting this Cure Moderate Wounds. So this is a big level for us. we've, you know, in part it's better because of that, but in part it's better because of our healing amp also going up another 20. Let's see what the cure light is. So around 54, so it's better too, but it's around half, so 38. But we're still going to probably go this direction. And wow, that was 178 on a crit for the 8 spell point version, unempowered. So that means it's probably possible to get 200 on a crit if we get lucky. All right, so that's good. So the other thing is we don't need to get tier 3 paladin materials yet because we don't have any spells that need it. The cures are free. So the reason we have the 1 and 2s are for basically the protection from evil, and then these 2 spells which are not cure spells. All right, so that's it for the level up. I'm going to real quick take a look at the auction house. I looked at it recently, so I don't expect I'm going to find anything useful there. And I'm going to try to keep these videos under 10 minutes, and I'd like to actually move towards keeping them under 5 minutes. Because so I've gotten all my materials and such in advance. I put this fire shield. We got this in a daily dice roll. I stuck that down in my hot bar in case we ever find the need to use it. And the thing I'm most interested in doing is, I want to check out augments first. If by chance there's I'm going to do 4 to 12. One gets us too many things. So no augments. It's been hit or miss. At one time there's like 10 or 15 augments for sale, and other times there's been none. They're a little more rare items, so that doesn't surprise me. So I'm going to look at limited from 10 to 12 and look at armor. This is more than the last time, so it looks like there is some new stuff on here. Actually, I want to go to 13, not. Let me go to 11 to 13. Um, I need death block, so I don't see anything with death block, and I don't see anything super interesting there. That's kind of to be expected. I'll take a look at cloth armor because I wouldn't mind if I had really good cloth armor, switching to that, but nothing there. I'll take a look at gloves because we have pretty good gloves, but if I can get better. Right now we have strength +5, and the deadly is doing nothing for us because it's +3, but we have +5 on our goggles. So I think I should be able to get strength +6 at this level, but currently nothing available. Goggles, would love to get intelligence deadly instead of just, the transmutation focus is doing nothing for us. So again, some of these things are pretty hit and miss, and very, that would be a very desirable combo. So we'd have to get kind of lucky to find it. And again, nothing really improvement. And that's sort of I've been looking and haven't seen much recently. Um, this is kind of interesting. So willful dodge gives us wisdom +4 to our will save. I think we already have. That's not really doing anything for us. We already have a +4, and then dodge 6%. So that's actually not bad. We currently have dodge 5%, false life 19. I hate to give up 20 hit points, and spell saves +3, which is supposed to be stacking with regular resistance, but I'm still don't really know if that's the case or not. Prudent 5, dodge 5. And it comes with insightful physical sheltering, so that's a little out of our price range though. Poison resistance 21. That's about what we have in our current cloak, which it's coming very handy against demon. This cloak is coming very handy against demon champions, so I want to keep that. And jewel cloak is great, but we looks like we lost ground on plat this level. We didn't gain ground, so that's because of some items I bought. So not any closer, in fact, further to getting that. I'm very tempted to get this. Wisdom +5, will +4, and dodge 6%. And in fact, especially with I'm going to grab it for now, just because it's a good item. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I hate to spend plat on things that we may not use, but I'm going to do a lesser. First thing when I get to first thing for the level 13 videos, that's going to be a lesser reincarnate to get to 32 point build. But I may use this. If my wisdom's not good enough, I may bite the bullet and say that's more important than than the 19 hit points. All right, so that is, if you didn't see the other videos, I'll show you my shared bank space. I purchased it with, it was on sale through yesterday. I spent about 1,100 DDO points on it. I still have 400 left, so making good progress towards my Epic Destiny still. And so this gives me 30 spaces in my bank, but more importantly, it allows me to create other characters on this account and store things there. So that gives me 160 storage in those two accounts. And if I do the first level of Coin Lord favor, that gives me 100 storage, so 200 total. So that's a big boost, and um, yeah, that was more important to me than say getting Gnome, which is 50% off, which is a fantastic deal. You probably won't see 50% off again for another year or 2 years, who knows? But Gnome just isn't my priority right now. My priority is bank space, and I've had to delete a lot of items I would have liked to have kept, and now I'll be able to keep some of those items. I'll still have to be, careful not to become a DDO hoarder, but I think I'll be able to. It saves me time when I could just throw stuff in the bank that I think I want to keep, and then every so often I'll have to go through the purge, inventory purge, and get rid of things that I save, but then now looking at my total of inventory, it's less important, and I'll get rid of it. So that is basically a quick summary of level 12 and taking 13. At level 13, we're going to run the level 9s on Reaper. We're going to run the level 10s on normal and hard, and that's going to include Ravenloft. So I'm really hopeful that we'll get some items in Ravenloft especially for gloves and for goggles and cloak that might replace what we have, and armor. So that's going to be the goal for the next level. I may possibly run all of, I'm sorry, not Sharn, Ravenloft. I may run all of Ravenloft in normal and hard, but I kind of want to wait till 14 for that. But we'll see. I may get ambitious and do 11 and 12s on hard to see if I can get some good gear. So that's it, and off to level 13. The very first level 13 video is going to be my lesser reincarnation to get to 32-point build and to take advantage of the +2 tome I got from 1750 favor.